Hello and welcome to Lady Canuck, the YouTube channel, full of feminist rantings, ravings, and my weird tangents that will inevitably get off track. I will preface this video by reminding everyone that I usually do not blog. I've had a Tumblr for 3 years or something now, called Lady Canuck. I frequently reblog feminist posts. I used to do more media analysis when I had more time when I was younger, trying to get back into it, even though I am working full-time. So I thought I'd give vlogging a try, because what better than ranting about feminism in front of a camera in my living room? I can edit out my stupid facial expressions later. So, today's topic, lesbian and bisexual characters in media. Because I spend a lot of time wasting time on Tumblr, I've become aware of the trope where, the TV trope called bury your gays. Lesbian and bisexual characters die more frequently in media than everyone else. They die at a vastly increased rate. It's not fair. You take a group that is desperate for representation, any kind of representation, even if it's men, and you give them a lovable character, and then you decide to kill the character off. And the showrunner's excuses are, it was just the story we want to tell, or for shock value, or because it would have the best impact, because they're such a loved character, such a hard choice to make. Well, you know why that character is so loved by your fandom? Because there are not that many queer female characters out there. There's not as many. Yes, if you compare this to the 80s or even the 90s, there's a lot. But if you actually do the math, there aren't that many. There's just a smaller group to begin with, and when so many of them end up dead, or crazy, or with a man, you're gonna get a rush of angry people. I should probably mention I don't actually watch The 100. I saw maybe 4 episodes of the first season when it first came out, and that was enough for me, and I wasn't really that interested. I did notice on Tumblr that Lexa and Clark were getting a lot of attention, and I thought, oh, that's cute, that's great to have the representation. But every time there's representation, I start to get nervous, because I've seen a lot of characters die. You may think, oh, it was another show, it was over 10 years ago, they haven't seen it. Well, guess what? As a queer woman myself, when I figured I was queer, I went and consumed just about every queer media thing I could find. Thank you, Internet. So I have seen all of Buffy, despite the fact I wasn't allowed to watch it as a child because it was violent and inappropriate. I'm not sure what my parents meant by inappropriate. They may have meant gay. It doesn't matter. They ended up with me anyways. So I got to see Tara die. I was a fan of Orphan Black for the first 2 seasons. The 3rd season, the writing was not really good. It kind of lost cohesiveness. It wasn't a thriller anymore. It was more of a bumbling night soap, and I couldn't cope with that anymore. But they did kill Delphine, who is a bisexual female character. There aren't a lot of them. And of course, dead. Of course, I honestly think they're just holding out so they get renewed. I don't think she's coming back. Could be wrong. Nice to be wrong, because another dead queer lady character would be, it sucks, it always sucks. But I don't think I'm actually wrong. So, you get a lot of, if you check out Autostraddle this week, just Google Autostraddle, you can figure out how to spell it yourselves. You will see a list of 103 dead lesbian and bisexual characters going back to the 80s, and there are a lot. A lot. And it doesn't even count the one-off appear for a couple episodes and die characters, or that special episode where you get the lesbian and she dies in the same episode. This goes back to previous media where when a lesbian or gay character was introduced, they would have to have a tortured existence, and they couldn't be happy because they couldn't have a lesbian or gay person being happy in media because we're horrible sinners or totally dysfunctional or whatever. I don't actually believe that. Trust, I don't have that many self-hatred issues anymore, or we're good. But when I look at what's happening in the media right now with the Twitter fiasco and all the blogs on Tumblr and all the attention these fans are getting, it's something I haven't seen before. I think it's simply that the fans are younger and they're very proficient social media users and they're very good at politically organizing themselves. Although part of me really wishes they would take this ability to politically organize themselves and devote it to bettering their societies. Bettering media is also very important, but if you want to better media, you're looking at some very wealthy execs, and you're looking at mostly male showrunners. Yes, that is changing, but mostly male showrunners. And you're looking at this huge industry that revolves around white, cisgendered, heterosexual men, and largely caters to white, cisgendered, heterosexual men. Not that that's right. It's just a bigger thing to try to deal with and a bigger thing to try to break into. I didn't mean to get my first vlog into sexuality this much. But whatever. So, this is my rant of the day. I will be blogging every week. I may touch base on this again. I'm not really participating. I'm reblogging these posts simply because we do deserve better representation. But next week will be another week where I will be talking about benign sexism and how it drives you crazy. See you next time.